Okay, welcome back to class. Everybody can go ahead and get in your squat lines, and we're going to start with our stretching. And you know the drill by now. We're going to go down with my favorite one, and then we're going to come back the same way. So we're going to do toe touches, make sure it's a good stretch, and then stretching to the side. And then we'll swap on the way back, all the way down and all the way back. Make sure you're taking your time, Kelly, getting into your stretches, but don't overstretch. We want to be sure of that. You all are getting more and more flexible as the days go by. Maybe one day you'll be able to stretch as good as me. Not very hard, I'm not the best stretcher. All right, same thing on the way back. Make sure you're getting into it, getting your knees nice and straight, getting everything stretched out well. Great stretching, Maya. Great job. Okay, everybody's made their way back. We're gonna go ahead and go with our lunge down. Just make sure don't rock too much, but getting your nice stretch in. All the way down, and then on the way back, we're going to lean back to get a nice core stretch. And then all the way down. Good, so most of you are down here on the way back. You're going to step into it and just kind of open up. Bring your arms back all the way down as well. Just getting those few muscles stretched before we get into some drills to get our blood pumping today. Nicely done. Next one we're going to go straight into our tip and touch. So we're going to go down. Oh, y'all probably heard that big crack. Sometimes bones pop. Keep going. All the way down, alternating legs. And then once you get down here, most of you already know it, you have it memorized. We're going to go ahead, opposite leg, opposite foot, all the way down. Nicely done. You guys are getting your legs up there pretty well from when we first started. Okay, that's all we're going to do for that because we're going to get moving here in a second to get us warmed up. We'll go ahead and have Kelly lead us in our static stretching, so our arm stretches and our few stretches with our legs where we just stand still. So everyone go ahead and follow Kelly's lead. Make sure you're counting out with her and not just standing there silent. So this is one that everybody can do at the same time. Maya, make sure you are doing the right arm. Nice stretches, Hannah. Good job. All right, y'all are counting really well today. Keep it up. Just a few more. Okay, I'll go ahead and get a basketball for us. So we're going to get straight into some drills to get our blood pumping, to get ready to go with the things that we're going to learn today. But before we get into our drills, let's talk about a few things and make sure that we remember certain things. So we've learned our layups, and most of us have mastered them by now. I'd say we can consistently make our layups. Kelly, tell me why a layup is such a good shot. Yes, because we're right underneath the basket, and it's a higher shot that we're getting, higher percentage we're gonna make it. That's right. Now, when we're going up for our layup, what should be in sync? Which arms, which legs should be in sync, Maya? Opposites? Not quite. Remember I said we want to make sure when we're going up, it's almost like our hands and our legs are attached by a string. So if my right arm goes up, so does my right leg. And the same with my left, but make sure we want to think same side. And then lastly, we've been working on our drop steps, and we're going to work some more on those today. There's several things that we've talked about that can come in handy with our drop steps that we want to remember. Give me one Right, we want to know where we are at the basket so we're not getting lost. We're not throwing the ball over the basket or underneath. Very good. What's something else that we always start out with, Hannah? The athletic stance. That is right. Very good. So we're going to go ahead and jump into, we're going to be adding some of these into our drills today, and we're going to be learning a few more drills that can help us with that. But to start out, we're going to start right back with our start passing, and I think you all know where to set up for that. So one in this corner, one in that corner, two on the wings up there that we've talked about, and then one down here. So remember, this is helping us learn to move to the ball, this is helping us with our layups, and it's helping us with our passes. So we want to have good, crisp passes and make sure you're on the move before the pass gets to you. So Maya, you'll go ahead and start out, and we'll do this for a little bit of time just to get moving. Make sure we're remembering our proper layup form and everything else. All right. Great job. Y'all are moving to the ball very well. Get a Band-Aid. All right, Kelly, nice layup. Great job. Get out of your way here. Okay, Tiffany, make sure, remember we talked about we want to keep our same body all in sync together. Make sure you're getting that. And just a few more times on this side, we'll make sure everybody goes through before we switch sides. That was much better this time, Tiffany. Great job. All right, so we'll start with the ball down here, and we're gonna go ahead and go this way. So that means we'll be doing our left-handed layups. So sometimes we move a little bit more slowly on this one just because our left hand is not quite as natural for us. So we'll go ahead and go that way, and we'll make sure that everybody goes through twice on this drill. Great job, Kelly. And Grace, make sure we have good passes, good crisp passes to our person that is coming. All right, y'all are moving to the ball. Make sure you move to it. Y'all are doing that pretty well. You want to be there as the ball gets there. Okay, we have just a few more times through. Nicely done. All right, you can hold the ball down here. Great job. You all have mastered your layups pretty well. We're moving to the ball, and we are making sure we're staying in our athletic stance. Now, yesterday we went through our drop steps, and we drop stepped left, and we drop stepped right. But we started to get to drop stepping middle, but we didn't quite have time to go over it in all of its entirety. And we already mentioned earlier when I was asking y'all a few questions to see how much y'all remembered. Y'all remembered that we want to make sure we know where the basket is. Y'all also remembered that we want to start in our athletic stance. Now this one kind of goes hand in hand with the layup, so it's something that we're just putting two things together. So if I am drop stepping to the left and I'm going up for a shot this way, which hand am I going to want to shoot with, Anna Grace? My left hand, that's right. We want to shoot with the outside hand when we're this close underneath the basket, and the same way on the right side we would shoot with our right hand so we could keep from getting blocked. So we're going to go ahead and start with doing our drop steps to the right. So we're going to do like we did yesterday, and we'll have a line out here with the ball, and we'll have a line down there without the ball, and we're going to pass it into them, and they're going to drop step around. I'll do one for you just so you can remember. So if someone passes me, I know where I am at the basket. If someone passes me this ball, we're going to dribble and go right up with it. So we'll go ahead and start that up here, and we'll go through, and everybody will make two apiece on our drop steps right. Make sure we're spinning right and dribbling all in one motion into our shot. Kelly, make sure you get that dribble all together. We're using our outside hand. Very nice, Anna Grace. Let that get water very quickly. All right, everybody, make sure you make two and make sure you're swapping lines. You'll have it down pretty well. Nice shot, Maya. As you're just banking them in, it's a pretty easy shot right off the backboard. Great job. All right, we just need a few more. Everybody's been through twice. All right, great job. We're gonna go ahead and move our line over to the left side, and we're gonna do the same thing. So if you were in this line, just go ahead and move over here, and if you were in that line, you're just gonna shift over underneath the basket. Now remember, this one we might need to think about just a little bit more. We need to make sure that we are using our left hand on this shot, because I know a lot of times for me, when I go up, I want to just use my right, but we'll be a lot more efficient if we'll use our left hand. So take the time to concentrate and to get it right. So you're gonna one step and then go up with your left hand, just like we did on that side. And we're gonna do everybody makes two with these as well. Great job, Maya, using that left hand. Anna Grace, remember where you were. That way you don't throw it over the basket. You know where you are. Right, Kelly, good shot. Good shot, Hannah. Great job. We'll make sure we have two on this side. We're not struggling a little bit with our left hand. It is a little bit different. Make sure you're giving them a good pass. We want to give a bounce pass or a little over the top jump pass so that we can make sure that nobody's going to deflect it. That was better, Anna Grace, way to have in mind where that basket was. You were much better that time. All right, just a few more. I think we have two people that need to get one more shot. We have the one, and Maya got her second one in. Very good job. So now we've kind of gotten back in our rhythm of doing our drop steps left and right. But once again, we want to talk about when we go to the middle. And I know we've watched on TV and we've probably seen some of the high school boys, and they like to get the ball and go to the middle and finish with a little one-handed shot. But we're not going to do that. We're still going to work on our nice form shot with our balance, our eyes, our elbows, and our follow through. So we're going to move to the middle and just finish with a nice shot. So if I get the ball passed right here, I'm going to take one dribble, square, and then I'm hopefully gonna make it the next time. So we're gonna work on that. We're gonna start on this side with you going left. Now something to remember when we are doing our drop steps to the middle is what hand to dribble with. So if I'm on this side, I'm on the left side, and I wanna go that way, I wanna cut to the middle with the ball. Well, there's probably a defender right here on my leg. So I don't wanna dribble into them with this hand, because they're just gonna take it right from me. But I want to dribble with my outside hand. So remember, everything is with our outside hand. So I would dribble with one hand to get to the middle instead of dribbling this way. Because now it's a little bit awkward. So make sure you're using your outside hand. So over here, we would use our left hand to get to the middle. We would take one big step and then shoot. So let's go ahead and we'll start on this side. We're gonna go to the middle with our left hand, and then make sure when we turn, we're squaring up and we're getting into our shot, and we're remembering all of our beef with our shot. So we don't need to pass it to you guys. Here's the ball, and you will just move straight to it. All right, Kelly, go ahead and start us out. Make sure you're moving out around the basket, getting a good shot. All right, Kelly, make sure you know where the basket is. Good shot, Maya, good shot. Hannah, we are not touching people. You can take a lap. Join us when you are done. Good shot, Anna Grace. You are keeping in mind where the basket is. Way to remember that. Another good shot for Maya. hand to dribble, Kelly. So don't dribble with that inside hand. Use your outside hand to dribble around. You'll get it next time. Good shot, Anna Grace. You all are just knocking them down. Nicely done. Way to use that outside hand this time, Kelly. You did that much better. All right, Hannah, welcome back. Go ahead and show us with that outside hand. Very good. Nice shot. All right, we'll have everybody go through the line one more time, making one more shot. So we should be able to make our 8 shots. Let's cheer on our teammates. We have 1. Kelly with our second shot. Great job. Once you've made your shot, you can just stand to the side so we can make sure everybody got to make their 1. All right, we're up to 4, 5, 6 for Anna Grace. Good job. Anna with 7, and now we're waiting on our last one. All right, Tiffany, great job. So now we're going to move our line over here, and we're going to do the exact same thing, except we're going in the opposite direction. So again, remember that outside hand, getting to the middle, and then make sure we're still squaring up to the basket, and we're finishing with our elbow in and our eyes on the basket. And we should be jumping in this shot so we can jump over our tricky defenders. So go ahead, we'll work on these, and then we'll start our count after a few minutes once we've gotten in our rhythm. Let's go ahead and begin. Good shot, Hannah. Anna Grace, make sure you're jumping on that shot. We don't want to be flat foot on that. Great shot, Maya. Kelly, remember that outside hand. Dribbling with our, should be our right hand on that side. All right, great job. Okay, let's go ahead and have everybody make 1, so we should get our 8. Once you get done with your shot, you can go ahead and stand off to the side and make sure you're cheering on your teammates. All right, we have 1. Great to get us started off, Hannah. Let's go ahead and count down. Maya with our second 1. 3. All right, Tiffany's got our 4th. We're halfway there. 5. 6 from Kelly. 7. And Anna Grace got our last one. Great job, everybody. So now we've worked on our drop steps, as we like to call them, because we're just dropping into we're taking a step and we're dropping back. So that's why we call them drop steps. Now we're going to shift gears just a little bit. We've worked on our drop steps, and there's one last shot that we can use that will help us when we're playing. It's another thing that we can add into our little bag of tricks, if you want to call them. So we have layups, we have jump shots, we have drop steps, and then we've been working on maybe some longer distance shooting. But we have several of shots, and we have just one last one that I want to add into our little bag, so whenever you're playing, you can say, hey, I can pull this out and I can use this, and hopefully you can score in a game of 21, or whenever you play basketball for your school, or whatever it is that you'll be playing. So this one involves having the ball and kind of shooting on the move. So far we've been talking about a shot where we're moving to the ball and then we catch and shoot. Or with the layup, it's just all one. We haven't really talked about a jump shot when we already have the ball, because so far we've just been moving to it. So this is one where you get to have the ball and you get to decide what you want to do, which I kind of like that, because then I get to decide what I want to do instead of having to move to the ball. So I'm gonna show you just a few of these, how they would be. But nothing changes with this shot. Everything stays the same because we have our balance, our eyes, our elbows, and our follow through. So whether we're catching and shooting or we're running and we're pulling up all of a sudden to shoot. So we're gonna call these our pull up shots or our pull up jumpers. A lot of you have probably heard them called that before. So we're gonna go ahead and I'll show you those. So remember, we want to use, that is a loud motorcycle. We wanna use all of our things that we've been building on for our shot. So if I have the ball and I'm dribbling and I'm running, then I'm going to take a nice little hop, and you see I'm going to land in our athletic stance. And I don't need to ask y'all to demonstrate it because, well, you all have demonstrated it so well, and I know that you know what the athletic stance is. So once I did my jump stop, I'm already in the athletic stance, and I have everything ready for me to go ahead and shoot. So let me show you that one more time. If we're coming here, and let's just say I'm dribbling down, I jump, and you see that I'm ready to go. Make sure you're keeping your feet towards the basket, shoulder width apart, and then once you jump, you just go straight up into your shot. So we're gonna practice these from all different places, all different angles, but we're gonna start right here, and I'm gonna do the first one. So we're gonna dribble, we jumped, and then we missed the shot, but I know that you all are gonna make your shot. So we want to jump into it, land nice and soft, and then go straight back up. So I'm taking long pauses so I can show it to you better. You're not really gonna go and then jump. We're gonna do it all in one motion. So we're gonna go, jump, and then shoot it. So let's try that. We'll have a line right here. We're gonna start our line right here. Make sure we're giving everybody some space. If I can get one of those basketballs, thank you, my assistant. So we're gonna start right here, and you're just gonna take the ball, dribble up, make sure you're doing a nice little run at it and shoot. So make sure we're getting our little hop, we're staying balanced, we have our eyes, and we're following through. So it's just gonna be a nice, and then anywhere after this free throw line, you are free to shoot. So let's go ahead and get started with those. You may begin. All right, Kelly, not bad. For your first one, good job. All right, Maya, make sure you're getting into it with your legs. That's what should be pushing you ahead. Good shot. All right, Anna Grace. Nicely done. You all have put in all of our motions that we've been working on. You're putting them together, and it's looking pretty nice, I must say. All right, Kelly, good shot. Let's go ahead, and we're gonna shoot to make 5 from here. So let's count them out. We're just gonna make 5. Once you make a shot or miss, go ahead and get your rebound, and then get in the back of the line, and we'll just keep shooting. Let's see if we can make 5 from this area right in front of the free throw line. All right, Maya starts us out with 1. Oh, not quite. You almost had that one. Anna Grayson just rimmed out on you. All right, we have 2. Hannah with our 3rd shot. Nicely done. Oh, we've hit a bit of a dry spell. Not having too many. Okay, we've got a 4th. Tiffany broke it for us. And Anna Grace with our 5th win. All right, very good. Now, wouldn't it be ideal if every shot, if we could just practice this shot over and over and over, and this was the only shot we ever shot, and we knew it was the only shot we ever made because we would never miss it because it's the only one we ever took. But we know that there are lots of different places on the court that we might be dribbling down and end up shooting. Maybe I'm right here, and I come around my defender, and I stop right here. Well, I'm not exactly in the same spot, and I came from a different area, but we're gonna do the exact same style of shooting. So we're gonna have our line start over here, backed up, and you're just gonna come around and have a nice little jump stop, pull up into, and then shoot your shot. So once again, we're going to aim for 5, but let's get started first. I'll tell you when we're starting to count. So make sure you're getting our practice in. Make sure you're remembering all of our fundamentals from our beef. It should be in your head. That's everything we think about when we're shooting. Go ahead and begin. good shot. You can see it's not much different from the other ones we've been doing, just from a different angle. So make sure we're getting squared up, Anna Grace. Your feet weren't quite square with the basket, but otherwise good shot. Nicely done, Maya. Right, Hannah, make sure you're keeping your elbow in and make sure you're following through. Don't let go so soon. Joy, do not cut in line. You can get at the back. Your turn. All right, let's go ahead. You guys are knocking them down, so we're going to go ahead and let's shoot for 7 from this spot. So we're upping it by 2. Let's see if we can get 7 from this same spot. All right, Tiffany started us out with 1. There's a second one. 3. All right, keep getting into your shot, Anna Grace. Make sure you're using your legs so it'll get there. Good shot, Hannah. We have 4. 5. All right, just 2 more. Make sure you're counting it out with your team. 6. We're waiting on just 1 more. Who will get the last shot? Who will get the winning shot? All right, Kelly had the 7th shot. She had the winning shot. So you all, we did it from this side, but what about if you're starting on that side? Well, you guessed it, we're gonna do exactly the same thing. So we're gonna line up over here and we're gonna come around, imagining a defender. We're gonna come around, but here's something different, and I didn't really talk about it on that side because it felt natural for us. But we always talk about using our outside hand. We said it when we were doing our drop steps, when we were doing our layups, and nothing changes when we're dribbling up here. So if I'm coming around right here, I'm going to use my left hand because it is considered the outside hand from the way I'm facing the basket right now. If I'm dribbling right here and there's a defender, well, they're a lot more likely to dig it out from me than if I am carrying the ball out here. Not carrying if I'm dribbling the ball out here. So make sure when we're coming off of our line that you're using your left hand and we're sprinting into our shot. Make sure we're getting nice legs. A lot of us are not using our legs. We're just jumping and then going straight up. We're going to get off the ground on those. So let's go ahead and begin with those. All right, good shots. They're all pretty much the same, just adjusting a little bit differently from wherever you are, wherever you end up being. Good shot, Hannah. Way to use your legs and follow through that time. Maya knocking them down. Great job. Kelly, remember those legs. We want to jump. And Anna Grace right here. Make sure we're using our outside hand when we dribble. Okay, we're going to go ahead and count up. Let's go for 7 again. So we made 5, 7, and let's make another 7. Make sure you're counting it out as we go through. All right, we've got our first shot completed. We have 2. Nicely done. We got our 3rd shot and our 4th shot, back to back. Very nice. Kelly with our 5th shot, so we just need 2 more. Okay, we have our 6th shot, and now we're just waiting on 1 more. Waiting on the last one. Who's gonna make that last one? Oh! Almost had it there, Anna Grace. All right, we had Hannah with our 7th shot. Okay, great job. You all have done really well with our pull-up shots. So we have talked about our pull-up shots today. We've practiced them. We've made several of them. And what is one thing that we want to make sure we keep in mind with those, Hannah? That we're jumping. That's right. We want to make sure that we get there and we jump using our legs, getting off the ground. Let me ask, does our shot change any? Should we do a different follow through or use our elbow out any differently when we're shooting these shots? Kelly, it shouldn't change? Why not? That's right, that's exactly right. We want to keep the same shot all the time, no matter where we are, so that we're using the same uniform shot. All right, very nicely done. Today we're going to be shooting some, tomorrow we're going to be shooting some more so we can practice that